breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
ENRAGED at huge sign store put on door. In a small little mountain town located in southern Mayhill, New Mexico, a convenience store owner has come under fire. All because Muslims spotted a sign they deemed to be Islamophobic at the convenience store known as the Mayhill store. Now the Council on American-Islamic Relations, CAIR, has filed a human rights discrimination lawsuit. However, the owner has refused to back down without a fight, and it is all over 7 words that were deemed offensive. CAIR claims to be the largest Muslim civil rights organization in the country. Many others recognize the group as a terror organization for ties to groups like Hamas and the Muslim Brotherhood, as well as the group's penchant for attempting to pursue a radical Islamic agenda. In a bid to eradicate the freedoms that prevent them from implementing their fascist agenda outlined in the Constitution, the left has waged a relentless attack on free speech. Oh, they cleverly disguise it as a bid to combat against hate speech. Yet the left will solely and systematically target expressions that convey messages antithetical to their socialist scheme, victimizing all of us in the name of political correctness. As we have seen evidence of across the country from Charlottesville to Berkeley, they falsely equate offensive speech to physical harm. Mere words cause physical harm according to these people. When we refuse to kowtow to these ultra-sensitive looking to be offended types, they resort to threats and violence in order to punish the offender and intimidate all other dissenters into silence. If employing bodily harm when faced with opposing viewpoints does not grant them that which they desire, they then use the justice system as their big stick to beat on others with. They have found that exploiting our injustice system is a much more effective means to combat free speech. This whole debacle began in 2016 when the mainstream leftist propaganda mouthpiece known as The News reported the owner of the Mayhill store and his penchant for erecting politically incorrect signs on the windows and doors of the store. The store was very vocal in its criticism of the then current President Barack Obama. Now CAIR has chosen to involve themselves filing a human rights discrimination lawsuit with the state of New Mexico Department of Workforce against the Mayhill store owner as of December 13, 2017. The lawsuit is all based on a sign on the entrance, which they say reads, "Obama and other Muslims not welcome here." There are at least 2 significant issues with what many have deemed as a frivolous lawsuit. There are no complaints whatsoever of the store owner or any employees refusing to service any Muslim customers. And the sign itself now actually reads Obama and Marlon McWilliams not welcome here, referring to a former employee. Islam is no longer mentioned, nor are Muslim people. Except that does not seem to matter to CAIR, as they are moving forward with a massive lawsuit, arguing that Muslims' civil rights have been violated. CAIR litigation director Lena Masri states the civil rights movement sought to eliminate discriminatory signs denying service to members of the public based on their race, religion or national origin. We must ensure that we do not allow the bigotry of the past to resurface and be normalized in the form of Islamophobia. Signs posted on the windows of Mayhill convenience store included one that states in bold lettering, "Obama and other Muslims not welcome here." The sign includes a depiction of a Muslim man praying and a mosque. Several other signs contain racist and bigoted language, including the following: "We don't like Obama's white half either." "Where is the KKK when you need them?" "The zoo in Washington has an African lion." "The White House has a lying African." "Caitlyn Jenner needs to give his balls to Obama." "Jenner doesn't want his and Obama ain't got none." Niger, you overpaid half-breed, take your millions and go back to Africa. Another sign had a depiction of a noose hanging from a tree and next to it the words Obama swing set. CAIR senior litigation attorney Gade Rabbis reference language defending Muslims being forced to serve homosexuals, yet uses that very same rhetoric to demand Muslims cannot and should not be turned away from a privately owned business for any reason. CAIR senior litigation attorney Gade Rabbis defends the right to police an independently owned private business, invoking legislation that Muslims in America have repeatedly violated and which is a direct contradiction of Islam's own required Sharia laws. Abbas states We want to make it very clear that no retail establishment is allowed to exclude Muslim customers from their store. That's a violation of federal law, and we expect him and other store owners to comply with federal law. Interestingly enough, even Care Director Ibrahim Hooper acknowledges that the store as a privately owned business has every right to use Islamophobic speech under the First Amendment. He even stated Muslims have the freedom and liberty to request that the store remove such signs. If the store refuses or they are in any way dissatisfied, they are free to take their business elsewhere. Such is the nature of capitalism, freedom, and liberty. Hooper states While everyone has the First Amendment right to free speech, even offensive speech, we urge the store's owner to remove the sign in the interest of common decency and of our nation's unity at a time of increasing divisions. Yet in the interest of common decency and our nation's unity, why is Care maintaining terrorist ties? Why are Muslims not denouncing their own offensive, discriminatory, and even threatening speech and actions spelled out under Sharia law, through fatwas, or hadiths? What about that which is proclaimed in the Quran, which contain hundreds of verses that incite racial and religious hatred and violence? Just a small sampling. Quran 2-191-193, and kill them wherever you find them, and turn them out from where they have turned you out. And al-fitna, disbelief or unrest, is worse than killing. Quran 8:12, I will cast terror into the hearts of those who disbelieve. Therefore strike off their heads and strike off every fingertip of them. Sahih Bukhari 52-177, Allah's Apostle said, the hour will not be established until you fight with the Jews, and the stone behind which a Jew will be hiding will say, O Muslim! There is a Jew hiding behind me, so kill him. Tabari 7:97. The morning after the murder of Ashraf, the Prophet declared, kill any Jew who falls under your power. That hypocrisy is hanging out again. Care. You might want to tuck that back in.